James, we'll talk about the weekend and talk about your goals as well. But I want to ask about the head coach first and foremost, who I think you've spent a lot of time with over the last couple of weeks, and who's talked a lot about the fact he's tried to sign you before. So what are your first impressions? What have been your first impressions of Paul Warne?
So before he come in, funnily enough, before his actual first day, I was at a friend's house with a couple of his ex-players, and they said to me that you'd love him and it'd be good for you, and they were actually texting him that night about it, about going on, and I've heard nothing but good stuff about him from previous. I know he's good mates with one of my old managers, Nathan Jones, and he texted me saying you'd really enjoy working with him. So, and I have since he's come in. He's everything what I expect really. He's really bubbly, real man's manager, and really wants his players to buy into what he's doing and love him really. He wants to be liked, and I think so far the lads are really happy with him.
He's talked about trying to sign you on a couple of previous occasions. How aware of that were you? Did it get as far as conversations? Or?
I've never spoke to him. I have spoke to him in football terms, like during lockdown, when the games were going on, he was in a hallway once when I was doing my stretching, chatting to Nathan Jones, and we were just having a chat as a three. But as going as far as signing me now, I've never spoke to him, but I have heard in the past that he's through agents and stuff that he's tried to sign me. Yeah.
I can imagine there must be apprehension whenever a new manager comes in. Did it take the edge off slightly? Did it take any of the worry away for you when you're hearing from a few people, this guy's going to be your cup of tea?
Yeah, I suppose it did. Yeah, because you always, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say a bad word about him. Some people that you speak to in football, so that's a good thing from the start. But yeah, when you know a manager likes you in the past and he's tried to sign you, I suppose for any player it would be a bit of a boost.
And you've spent a bit of time with him, and a bit of time with him out on the training pitch. He sounded almost gleeful when he's talked about the drills that he's been putting you through.
Yeah, he's been loving it.
Have you?
No, the drills and the sessions have been really good, but they've been tough. And I think he's been getting a bit of pleasure out seeing me suffer. But to be fair, it's my own fault because it was me that got sent off, and if that weren't the case, then I wouldn't have had to do it. But no, as you're probably aware, he was a fitness coach at Rotherham before, so I think he's dived into his logbook and got a few sessions out of that, and they've been really tough. Yeah.
Has it been nice to spend a bit of time and build that relationship with him early on?
Yeah, our relationship before that was good. But I think when you spend a bit of time one-on-one, you learn a bit more about each other, and yeah, he's, apart from not being able to breathe at times, it's been nice to get to know him a bit more. Yeah.
And your record under him so far is fantastic. 4-3 in the league. You're back in the side on Saturday. You score. Was a lot of frustration let out in that moment for you?
Yeah, more relief really, because when I did get sent off, I'd scored in the game, and I felt like I was playing well and scoring goals, and to miss them 3 games through something a bit stupid by myself, I suppose it was a bit of frustration. But getting back into the team on Saturday and us going 1-up quite early as well, and then getting that goal, it just made me realise what I've been missing for the last couple of weeks.
Was Saturday really encouraging for you all to sort of understand the manager wants us to play this way, and this is what we can do when we do that?
Yeah, we know what we've got in the dressing room. We know we've got some really, really top quality players, and I think you've seen Saturday all coming together pretty well. I think at times in the season we've played well and not won, or we've played really bad and managed to nick it. But I think Saturday was an all-round good performance, good result, and I think it was probably the best all-round performance we've probably had this season.
And we know that the trick to making progress in this division, any division, is to put a run together. How do you go about doing that starting Tuesday night?
Well, I think we have got to go into the game with the right mentality. I think it's a long journey. Morecambe are obviously quite near the bottom of the league, so if we go up there thinking it's going to be an easy game, then we've got it all wrong, because it's a tough game. I've played there a few times, and you're right, we need to put a run together now, and we need to start trying to catch that teams above us, that top six. So I think tomorrow's our game in hand, so that gives us a good chance to get into. I think we're going to the top six tomorrow if we win. So that's an incentive in itself. So we need to go in there with the right mentality and put on a same performance as Saturday. I think our away form's been quite good, hasn't it, since the gaffer come in. So we need to keep that going.
Do you like to have those little targets? The sort of, if we win, we do this. If we don't get beat, we do this.
Yeah, I think everyone looks at the league, don't they? Everyone knows where we're at. I think we should have a few more points on the board. You look at games like Shrewsbury away and the Charlton one away, Port Vale at home maybe. They probably should have been wins for us really, but nothing you can do about that now. And I think everyone knows what we need to do to be in and around that top six come Christmas time. So that's the only way to do that is wins, because the top six, to be fair to them, they're all winning most weeks, aren't they? So we need to win games like tomorrow, and then when it comes to the big games against the top six, we need to win them as well.
You mentioned the long journey on Tuesday night, and you've got a lot of long journeys coming up over the next month. I just wonder how complicated that makes your life with the travel and the schedule changes, and you've got a family as well. How do you sort of plan through it?
Well, we get our schedules 6 weeks in advance, so you sort of can plan what you need to do around there. But that's our job. That's life, and I actually don't mind travelling away, to be honest. I like spending time with the lads. I like going to away grounds. I like us all being together and travelling and hotels together. I think it's good for a bit of team spirit and a bit of camaraderie. So yeah, we've got 4 away games now on the bounce, but you've got a lot of different games in there. You've got tomorrow Morecambe, then you've got Torquay in the National League, and then you've got Liverpool and Premier League club. So it's all exciting stuff. So you just got to get on with it.
How do you spend your time on these trips? Because I think there's a perception sometimes that people just go to their rooms and disappear.
Oh no, we have a little card school on the bus, and we have a laugh, and then we eat together when we get to the hotel. And some lads like to go off to their rooms and do whatever they need to do. Some of us play cards. Some of us watch the football. If there's a game on, we stay down and watch the football. But I think there's obviously there's quite a difference in the group. As young lads, they probably wouldn't do some of the things that the old lads would do now. But I'm always one that's up early, breakfast, maybe go for a walk. A few of us go for a coffee if there's a coffee shop somewhere. So yeah, just play by ear really.
Who's the card shark?
There's a few. There's a lot of lads that like a game of cards here, but a few of them are injured now. Curtis is injured, Knight is injured. Obviously Connor's suspended tomorrow. So we're missing a few out of the group.